Hey guys, what's up? It's Mabasei here, and it's another response video.
What's going on, guys? And today we have a special video from I can't say this bitch's name. Noir. Fucking, she has a shit name. Anyway, here she's attacking pro-black men, not because they're pro-black, because they're men. But you know, today we're gonna take a different approach. I'm actually going to be on the side of pro-black men, not the pro-black side. Fuck that. But I'm just gonna be defending them here, because this woman is a terrible fucking feminist. Fuck me. Anyway, let's get straight into this shit.
So, what exactly is your issue, sir, with pro-blackness? I mean, I know over the internet that's become kind of something synonymous with some somewhat of fairly crazy people. But for me, that doesn't make me oppose it altogether. But I guess that's why you're an anti-SJW channel, because that's what all of you people have done. Found an idea, found some of the worst proponents of it, and then followed up with attacking the entire idea based on its worst proponents.
Cut that shit. We hopping right on in today. You know what? I have a message for all you ashy ass fuck niggas out there. Black women do not exist for you. We are not your women, okay? We don't belong to you. We are not possessions for you to fuck and order around while you abuse us relentlessly.
No one said you existed for the sole purpose of black men. No one said you belong to black men. No one said that.
Sure they did, friend. You're just not necessarily aware of it because you're not on that same scene that necessarily she is. You can like look around in comments of Facebook groups in relation to pro-black whatever, all kinds of videos, etc. You kind of see it. It's there. You can see a lot of black men using that type of language, actually, about my women, our women, showing possession and their obvious opposition to black feminism, as in, black women pursuing the issues that affect them as women as being divisive and and the distraction, and you get it. I'll just link some examples in the description, but just know that you're wrong. Plenty of people said that. You're just not aware of it, and this is a fallacy. It's known as argument. It's an argument from incredulity. You're saying that something is wrong just because you haven't heard of it.
Okay, black women are not your mules.
Other black women may not be mules, but you sure as hell look like donkey.
And there it is, ladies and gents. First insult of the video. Please take note, as I promise you it will not be the last. And by the way, you're not really funny.
We do not exist. We were not put on this earth to fight for your liberation at the expense of our own. Black women are not workhorses whose only purpose in life is to propel you into your freedom while gleefully accepting a position of subjugation to you all.
I only have one thing to say to that entire mess of a sentence. Who hurt you? Because it's blatantly obvious you've been hurt by one black guy. Apparently he destroyed you. He destroyed your confidence because you.
Nothing in that entire sentence actually entailed anything about her confidence, like at all. Like, where are you getting this message from? It seems to be more so about speaking to a certain community that has a certain attitude, as I mentioned before, and links in the description to videos and examples where there are in fact black men in the I guess you would call them the pro-black / what they call the conscious community, who do in fact obviously feel the way that she is saying that they feel. Once again, this is why you're wrong again, because your argument is built upon a fallacy, i.e. your argument from ignorance that we just went over.
Now I think that all black men are like this.
Y'all really get on my motherfucking nerves because y'all constantly telling us how divisive we are and how we need to unify, and we're the reason the black family is in the state that it's in today, which I would like to know what state that it's in, boo. You mean all of the niggas who aren't taking care of their children? I want to know how exactly that is the fault of the mother and not the guy, not taking care of his responsibilities as a father.
In some cases, the fault of both individuals. Also, the fact that some women keep their children away from the actual biological father. They having personal problems with them. Or the fact that some women won't even let the fucking fathers see their children at all. There are actually a lot of fucking black men that actually do want to be fathers and want to take care of their children, but they can't because the mothers are being so uncooperative. They can't fucking take them to court because guess what gender custody fucking hearings favor? Yep, still today, women win the majority of fucking custody hearings. Mothers have more say on the child's life than fathers. So don't try to act like it's only the men's fault and men don't care about their children. And some women are actively stopping men from having access to their own children.
So that those fucking charts that you just showed didn't really show us really much of anything, actually. That's just the U.S. Census on the breakdown of who has custody. So single moms versus single fathers. That doesn't really show us much of anything as to who won custody. Sometimes you're a single father because, you know, she's a crackhead who ran off, or she just ran off because whatever, or she was just unfit in some other way. But even then, you know, like, this doesn't really prove what happens in court. Now, for I link in the description, according to some sources that I found just by Googling custody, the family courts or whatever, when a man files for custody or joint custody, 80% of the time they get it. So if some bitch is, and that's what you are if you're doing this to someone who's actively attempting to be in their child's life and you're trying to block that, you're a bitch. So if some bitch is attempting to block you from your child, you're not seeing your kid, not just because she's a bitch, but because you don't want it bad enough. And I'm sick of these apologetics for fucking lazy ass Negroes who don't actually want to put in the legwork to be able to get their rights established when it comes to their kid. That's on you, okay? You just don't want it bad enough. That's all that is. Like, her personal problems, I said, wouldn't mean anything if you got your court order and, you know, got all your ducks in a row when it comes to your kids. But you don't want, but for whatever reason, maybe you can't take off work or whatever else you've decided is more important than establishing custody and establishing your place in your child's life was more important. So you can. So no, just no. That guy not seeing his kid is overwhelmingly his fault. He has recourse. He has ways to deal with that, and he has not done so. It is his fault. She's still an asshole for trying to keep the kid from him. But point being, you know, no, someone's doing something wrong to you, and you have an out, you have a way of recourse, a way to go around them and get what you want. If you don't take that route, that this thing has now become your fault.
I'm tired of you all constantly degrading us, berating us, and demeaning us, often in the public eye, just to lift up another woman of color or a white woman. And then when we bring it up to you, when we complain about how you guys mistreat us and abuse us constantly, you want to turn around and say that, one, we're being sensitive, oh, it's not that deep, or we're being divisive and we need to work together so we can fight the real enemy.
You want to provide some examples of this? You want to provide some examples of someone degrading a black woman and then lifting up a white woman in the same area, mind you, because that's what she's insinuating from that sentence. Want to give some examples? No? Yeah. I'm guessing this is very anecdotal, isn't it? I'm guessing this is something you've experienced. Like I said before, who hurt you?
So, I'm just gonna go ahead and shameless plug. I've actually made a video talking about a certain famous rapper turned clown who did just that, degraded black women and lifted up white and Spanish women, which as an African descent individual with Latin American heritage, motherfucker, there is no such thing as a fucking Spanish woman. Spanish is a language that a lot of countries in Latin America speak. Even people from Spain aren't Spanish, they're Spaniards. All right, that tangent's over. But yeah, he did just that. That's the most recent example. But then we also have Kevin Hart with his dark skinned girls have bad credit, Young Bird with his thing, Lil Wayne with the yeah, black is beautiful, but I bet that bitch look better red. Yeah. And then we also have just a bunch of people here on YouTube doing that as well. So yeah, no, sorry, it's not just an anecdote. This is very much so a thing.
Bitch, Us pointing out the oppression that we experience at your hands on a daily fucking basis is not divisive. It's not causing a distraction, and it's not us not fighting for the real enemy. Because I'm gonna let you in on a little fucking secret here. Anyone who opposes your freedom is your enemy. It doesn't matter what their skin color is, it doesn't matter what their sexual orientation is, it doesn't matter what their gender is. If they are in opposition to your freedom, they're your enemy. And right now, a lot of y'all niggas are looking like our enemies.
Who's opposing your freedom though? Like, I'm so confused. You're not a slave. You're not chained in a basement. I don't know who's oppressing you. I don't know. I don't know where you've come up with this wild generalization of men. Because the majority of men, and I'm pretty damn sure the majority of black men, don't treat women the way you've just said they treat women.
Again, with the argument from ignorance, I don't know. I have no knowledge of it happening, so it's not happening because reasons.
Women.
Like our enemies. With you guys calling us divisive, all you're really doing is saying, hey, I want you to shut up and take this abuse in silence. I want you to continue to fight for my liberation, even though I'm not gonna fight for yours. You're saying, I don't really give a damn about your life. I don't really give a damn about your life experiences. I don't really give a damn about your oppression that you experience because I don't experience it. But I know that I feel like I have power over you, and I feel that I am more deserving of freedom than you are. So I'm going to need you to fight for me and shut the fuck up.
You're deliberately lying about the characteristics of black men to support your own agenda. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Again, you're ignorant to the scene of men that she's talking about. There are, in fact, people just like that. And as she will go on to say, there are, in fact, videos, some I will link, in fact, of men who do, in fact, just want, like, a male-dominated society. But instead of it being, like, I guess, white guys holding most of the power, they want that to be turned over to them. Essentially, that's a real thing. You're just dumb because you couldn't do like 2 seconds of YouTube searching.
You just want to put a black face to patriarchy. As a matter of fact, you want black cis hetero patriarchy, black cis hetero patriarchy, black cis hetero patriarchy, black cis hetero patriarchy.
You twats, you live in the West, no patriarchy in the fucking West. If you want to see real patriarchy, fly to Saudi Arabia or our husband and get your hand cut off at the fucking border. That's what a real patriarchy is. I hate when fucking women in the West talk about patriarchy. It actually pisses me off so much because they don't understand the real patriarchy going in places like Saudi Arabia, the fucking disgustingness that happens down there. And you sit here and you cheapen the world of patriarchy when there's real women suffering from it. All the women living in Islamic countries that have had the acid thrown in their face, they've had their hands cut off, they have experienced female genital mutilation. But you're over here crying patriarchy after a black man was rude to you. Fuck out of it. Fuck out of it. Fucking burnt broccoli looking bitch. Ugh.
Well, someone just got triggered. So, you are under some sort of weird ass impression that things have to be the extreme of the worst to worst, or else a thing is not what it is. Patriarchy is simply defined as a society in which power is largely held by men, in rarely ever shared with the women of the society. And the second definition here says a society in which the like land and family lines or whatever are said to be passed through the paternal line. And we live here in the West, and I don't know about you, but I have my dad's last name, and most of us do. So that is patriarchy. It's not as bad, but that is, in fact, just like, you know, like by definition, that is a patriarchy. And the fact that most people who hold power in the West are in fact men, that is also patriarchy. I mean, patriarchy says it's just rarely shared. It doesn't say that women are prohibited. It just says that it's rarely shared. Like in the past, there have been cultures that you would largely call patriarchal that didn't have females to come into power, under them, right? But they were still patriarchal essentially in nature, right? Just because, oftentimes the oracle, let's say for like the ancient Greeks or whatever, is oftentimes a female did not change the patriarchal nature of ancient Greek society, right? So the rest of this video was just him making fun of her in like a weird leafy wait for it, 3, 2, 1, boop kind of way. That's basically what happened there. And yeah, I think we've thoroughly rebutted this guy. So at this point, I would like to ask you guys, if you made it this far, to please like this video, subscribe if you haven't done that already, and maybe click some of the links that should be appearing on your screen. That's about right about now-ish. So yeah, there's that. And until next time, I'm Mabasei. I would like to thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later.